Hey everyone, it's Ride1940 here, and we're going to do a quick video on using the new CH-47's cargo system within the WWX server. But what I'm going to show you here, you're probably going to be able to use on other servers that have implemented the cargo system that the CH-47 is using. So to begin, we need to fly to the port facility. I'll show you on the F10 map. If you're blue, you'll fly from Lanarka down the coast, and you want to go to this pickup icon here in the port. Now you can also pick up cargo at the oil rig out here, and this will help circumvent the submarines and stuff that'll probably be trying to sink your supply ship. So if that's becoming a problem, just take off from the oil rig, bring the supplies ashore. But for today's case, we've flown from Lanarka, we've come down to this port facility, and around this pickup box on the map, you'll see this area with the HESCO barriers and the crane. That's the spot that the sling load stuff is going to show up at when you spawn it. Now, even though it says sling load, this is just how we get the cargo to spawn in the world, and that's how we're going to get it into the aircraft visibly. So we go to F10 other map on the communication menu, and then cargo troop transport, and then F1 for sling loading. Now if you use other helicopters, you'll use the internal cargo and then you could spawn it into the aircraft, but specifically for the CH-47 it's going to use the new system, so we'll have to use the sling load option. And then from here we can only transport small sized things, so we can do transport equipment small, transport ammo small, transport fuel small. So what I like to do before I select anything is I'll zoom out on the F10 map, and we'll take a look at the frontline supply status. So fuel is 44 out of 60, ammo is 130 out of 160, and equipment is 15 out of 24. So I can grab anything, and I'm basically going to help the front line. Now, if one of these was maxed out, there's no point in taking it, so we would just grab the thing that the front line actually needs. So we can do a mix. We'll do some fuel and some equipment, I guess, maybe some ammo. So F10 other map again, cargo transport, sling transport, and then we'll take transport fuel. Remember, we were only going to take small size things, and there you go, you see it spawned in the center there. Now I can spawn multiple things, so I'll grab a few at a time. F10 other, cargo transport, sling, we'll do a small ammo, F10 other, cargo transport, sling loading, and we'll do equipment. So that is what all three of those things look like. Now, if we go to the radio menu again in ground crew, rearm refuel, we'll get the rearm refuel window, but we also now have these cargo buttons we can click on. So we want to load cargo, that's on this side. Now you notice we have this, the cargo has been spawned in the game world, but it's not showing up on this list. If that happens to you, we just have to get closer to it, okay? You pretty much have to be right next to it. Alright, so we'll scoot up a little closer here, and this should be good. Okay. Now, try again. So we'll go to ground crew, rearm refuel, click on the cargo button. So now you see the list of cargo that's available to be loaded. Now what's going to happen if I click on this? It's not going to work. And it's not working because we have to have the ramp down. Okay? So I'm going to show you really quickly where we what things we want to map for that. So we'll go to adjust controls. Now I have them so that I've mapped the stages, so we can go, I think there's 4 or 5 different stages to that ramp, but you could also just do lower ramp fully and then raise ramp fully. So the default are left control, left alt G, and left shift, left alt G. The ramp has to be fully open for you to load cargo in and to unload it, okay? So that's important. So I'm going to press my keybind for the fully open. Now you see the doors come all the way down. See, these are the different stages. It's the third stage right here, and then it's going to go one more down and flip the top. Yep, alright. Okay, so now we can load the cargo in. We can just go to ground crew, rearm refuel, load cargo. Let's do this so we can see it. You actually can close this bit too if you wanted. Actually, that's probably not good because it's going to move the camera around. Alright, we'll leave that. So I'm selecting ammo. That's this bomb thing over here. We'll load that in. And it is gone. It's in there. We'll select the fuel. It's probably behind this guy. Load that in. And then the equipment. Load it in. Now if you select the unload cargo, you'll see that this actually has this stuff in it. So you can see there, it is in the aircraft. We can now close the door. And if you look in the mirror, you can see it. You can go to the different gunner positions. And there you go. You see all the cargo. So this will hold, depending on what you're loading in, a few pallets of stuff. Like generally 5 to 6, just depending on the loadout. And we're going to go fly off to one of the depots. So if you look here, these boxes are all the frontline depots. So red's got them and then blue's got them. I'm going to show you later on in a different video how to use the nav system and the use of the F10 route tool, so that way you can program these guys in so you know exactly where to go. So right now I'm just going to fly to depot number 1, and I'll pick up the video when we get to the depot there. Alright, so this is what the depot looks like here off to our 12 o'clock. I'm just coming for a landing. So like the pickup point, we got to get kind of close. I'm not sure exactly what the range is, but we'll definitely get right up over these guys. Let's pull off to the left here. So yeah, we have to be mindful of the equipment on the server right now. When you drop it off, the cargo will it'll kind of stay persistent in the mission. So it's kind of cool because then you can see all the work and stuff that's being done. But the danger is it will pile up, and you got to be cognizant of what's behind you because it's just going to kick them out. So you don't want to be pointing the F10 towards those trucks because you might have those cargoes collide with the vehicles. Alright, so once again we got to open the door fully. Okay, and there's a cargo in there. It's pretty neat. Alright, it's important that that ramp flicks over like that. If it doesn't do that, you haven't lowered the ramp fully. Once again, ground crew, we'll go to rearm, refuel. And now we're going to do the cargo unload button here. And we'll just go ahead and click unload. There it is. You see that exit the aircraft. There's the fuel. And there's the ammo. So now you're getting these messages up in the top right telling you the equipment's been delivered, the fuel's been delivered, the ammo's been delivered. Alright. Now if we go to F10, we'll see that these values have changed now. So that's great. The fuel's gone all the way up. The ammo's getting up there. And we still have a lot of equipment that we should be transferring back to the frontline depots and stuff to help bring that up as well. And then yeah, once that's done, all you have to do is fly off. You just close the door and get on your way. So this mechanic is really cool. It's really neat to see the supplies inside the aircraft, and it's a lot of fun going back and forth to help keep these depots going. The reason that you would want to do this in aircraft is these convoy routes. So at the beginning of the journey for the supplies, they come in off ships from different angles and stuff out here in this ocean territory. Then the ships get to this point at the port, and then the supplies get transferred to the depot here. Now this is this value that you see here on the map, and you can then periodically what's going to happen, you'll see trucks leave this facility and they'll take this convoy route, and these convoys split off and go to all the different depots. Cobra has it on this WWX server where there is always going to be a small chance that enemy special forces groups will ambush a convoy leg. Now if you go on the Discord, there's actually a channel that gives you that signal intelligence that says there's indications that there might be an ambush on like the convoy route to say Depot 4. And if you see that, if you wanted to participate, you can just go and escort a convoy with your helicopter or your plane, just follow them along in their journey. But if you don't do that, they most likely are going to get shot up by that ambush, and they're the vehicles will be destroyed. So all that supply is just gone out of the system. So if we're flying logistics runs, we're circumventing all that danger, and we're able to just make up for the trucks that are lost and provide supplies to the front line. So when the front line gets the supplies, the fuel will go for the heavy tanks and stuff like that. They consume a little bit of fuel periodically, and the ammo goes towards any sort of artillery pieces and mortars and stuff along the front line. And the equipment is, I think, the troops and just basic things like that. Now, if you were to do some troop pickups and then you were going to use them to drop like special forces guys along the convoy routes yourself, you can do that, and that'll pull equipment out of the supply system. So I tend to, when I'm first flying the Chinook, I'll grab the helicopter, we'll fly it to the port, we'll pick up whatever supplies are needed, and then we'll fly off to one of the depots to drop it off. And then at that point, I'll grab a group of soldiers, I'll pull the equipment there, and then we'll fly on to one of these convoy routes and go mess them up. If you wanted to be really conservative about using any of the supply on the front line, you can simply you could pick up troops here at the port facility as well. It'll pull the equipment supply that way, and then you can fly off to the front line, to any of the convoy routes to use in ambushes. So I think that's it for me. I hope you guys had a better understanding now of this cargo system that's been implemented. Like I said, it's only for the Chinook right now. ED has said that eventually it's going to make its way to the other aircraft and helicopters. Seeing this here like this makes me really want the ability for us to see troops and stuff sitting on the seats. Hopefully that's going to be a future iteration, maybe in a year or two. We'll see. That's it for me, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.